yet again to another episode of Women in Business on Smart 24 TV. We're always delighted to have you. I'm Doreen Kemcha, and just as we have been doing on so many other episodes, especially within the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about expanding women in tourism. This has been huge because we get to talk about all the different niches. We've been talking about the women as tour operators. We've been talking about the cultural aspect. We've been talking about the culinary aspect. It's wide. There are so many opportunities that are there for your taking. On this particular episode, we have an amazing lady, very passionate. She has grown. We were actually holding a conversation earlier, and she grew up from one, kept growing, and she's going to tell us her story. We have Carol Zawede. She's a CEO from Lindsay Farm. She's also into agro tourism. And we're going to ask her how she started and how it all came together. Carol, you're welcome.
Thank you, Doreen. I'm happy to be here.
Delighted to have you.
Thank you.
Carol, you are one of those passionate people who, when I talk to you, I pick up this vibe like you can do anything. Like, honestly, like you can do anything. Is that how it is? Like, you've always been this confident? How did you start? Like,
I'm always a go-getter on something I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
We started Lindsay Farms in 2018, and we actually started with only goats. We entered farming as goat farmers, and we have been adjusting step by step.
Don't rush us. Carol wants to rush this conversation. Carol was saying, you just decided, why not chicken? Yes? So many people like to get into chicken. Why not first chicken? Why not fish? Why not peas? Why not soya? Why goats? Why did you start with goats?
Everyone gets where to pick inspiration. And from all that, we picked inspiration into goat farming.
Yeah.
We were inspired to start goat farming. But I know your next questions will be, how have you got to agrotourism and having a mixed farm?
Yeah.
By the time we were having goat farming, I know things were not that easy because the cash flow at the farm was not that good. The fact that goats, we get a return the least after a year. But remember, you are having expenses at the farm. You're having payment, salaries, treatment, your fuel, your border, you know. Yeah. So we ended up saying that we need to have a cash flow at the farm so that it can stand. That's when we...
No. Carol, you're rushing us. You're rushing us again. I want to drag on. Why? Do you know why I'm asking? Over insisting on why you started. One, as for you, you have the confidence, right? You seem to have, you know, you're just like, I thought about this, let's start with your co-director, okay? Women are failing to start, Carol. Women are failing to start businesses. Do you know that? You know, someone can be saving money for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and she'll be asking, let me go and learn about this business. Let me find out. She keeps moving like from one business to another, but she never starts, right? So I want us to understand this part because you're going to look into the camera and talk to that woman who is failing to start. You're going to encourage her to start. You know,
starting is a decision, is a personal decision we make. If you are passionate about anything, even besides never see farming, even if it's not farming, anything or makeup or something or what, just going for it. That passion will drive you. That passion drives you to being innovative, being creative, being, you know, when you feel something, that means you can push it. So if you're failing to start, my dear, just think of something you love, something you really love. You don't need to be like Carol because I'm a goat farmer. I'm a farmer that she inspires me. I can inspire you when I'm a goat farmer. Yet you want to be a passion fruit farmer.
By the way,
go in for what you want.
Yes. What about that one who is worried? Because she'll tell you, I've been saving my money for some time. I am not scared about starting in passion fruits, okay? Because that is what I love. I'm not scared about the salon. What I'm scared about is going there and the business refuses to move. You know, when you don't face your fear, you never know what will happen next. So you have to face it. Jangu na mani, fear yo jitomele. Because even if you take 100 years, when you're fearing to start, you'll never achieve.
there is no business not having challenges. No.
All businesses have challenges.
All businesses have challenges, but you have to know how to
Overcome them.
to overcome that. So if you are still having fear, the only thing that can take away your fear maybe is for you to go in for something you want. Because even when you get challenges, you're like, but I want this. I want this. I think I can fight for it.
Yeah.
It's like in relationships.
Don't talk about it. Give us. Maybe because we try to use.
It's like in relationship. You always fight for what you want.
Yes.
You go, okay, is this or she's this, but I can overgo that. Let me look at the good thing about it. We run it. You see? So same applies to this.
Yeah.
I know there are challenges, but you just have to look at the positive vibe about it.
And it's easy when you're doing something that you love, right?
Yes.
But now Uganda bakopa. They copy a lot. And when I say copy, it's not like in a bad way, right? There are people who are looking for, I really want to do something. I want to make some money, right? And then they see Carol, and then they're like, let me do what Carol is doing.
You know what? Copying is not that bad.
Yeah.
But if you copy still in something you want, that means you're going to be innovative. That, okay, Carol is doing agro-tourism, she's hosting schools, she's hosting people, she's cooking for them. For you, when you copy Carol, you know how to spice it up. What is Carol is doing? You'll be over Carol, or maybe next to her. Yeah. So copying is not bad, but if you copy still something you're still passionate about, you'll be innovative. Gakaro tomumanyi. Yeah. Gatomumanyi. Yeah. Because I'm not saying that I've been the only farmer.
There are so many others.
Yes, there are so many others. But there is somehow been thinking far away from over time. Yeah. Because our farm is like, someone can be like, your farm, there is camping, there is eating food, like there is no tomorrow. Actually, we have 7 different types of meat on our menu. Can you imagine?
I want us to. I know.
So we are this farm that brings this excitement to.
I want us to first. I want us to take it slowly by slowly, right? Carol, you rush. Stop rushing. I want us to take it. Yes, Kakana. I want you to take it slowly by slowly. One, because we have so many things that we want to learn from you. Carol, you're doing so well. You are passionate about what you do, okay? And this is what I've picked out right now. It makes it just start, yes? It makes it also easier to start when it is something that you're passionate about. Yes. There are so many women that I have spoken to, and then they say, I'm scared. When you do something that you love, you will go through it. You will figure out something. There is nothing that does not have challenges. You will still go through it, right? Let's go back to the Mbuzis.
So, as I said, we are still passionate about goats, but the farm was not standing by its own. Yeah. So that's when we had to introduce other birds that are short-term income, that can bring in income, mangu. Just like you see chicken. You can have returns at 5 weeks, 3 months, but in Mbuzi, you are having a year and above to get some money from it. So that's when we introduced the things like chicken, rabbit, duck, guinea fowl. But with that, we have also been inspired by other people. You go to someone's farm, there are ducks, and you're like, whoa, I love ducks. What do that ducks eat? So introduce the ducks. So when we made our mixed farm, by then it has become a mixed farm with fruits, with vegetables. Of course, goats are our main,
number one.
Yeah, our main source. Others are just adding up on the income. So with that, when we introduced birds that are rarely seen, like you see the guinea fowl, the turkey, the ducks. So people are like, hey, who will eat?
Exactly, that's what is going on in my mind.
Where are you going to get this
This is what is going on in my mind, because I was thinking to myself now, guinea fowl, how many people go no guinea fowl, apart from those that eat them?
Yes.
No. No. We didn't even have them. I just knew them recently when I went to the north. Honestly, like a couple of years back. Like 6 years back is actually when I got to know about it. But I thought it was a small, what do you call it, flamingos? I thought it was a small species of flamingos, honestly speaking. So that is how you now brought in different, but not for eating.
No, by then we are introducing it to sell them live, maybe fresh to the market to people who would want. But again, we got to know that the market we are pushing the product, they don't know how to eat this. They have never tested. They have never even bought one. So we had to introduce the meat testing at the farm.
Oh.
That's when we introduce meat testing at the farm. When you come to visit us, you can order maybe to eat a guinea fowl or a rabbit or a duck or a turkey or a goat or fish, because we have catfish, or chicken. Yes, that's how we started down the meat testing.
One, eh?
Yes, and it is the talk of the town
it's
now.
Working.
Ask them. It is the talk of the town. Every weekend, Emlinza is full.
Yes.
Yes. So, and from there, we had created our market for the meats. But again, the people who had tested at the farm liked the meats, and we are like, where in Kampala can I get rabbit meat? Where in Kampala can I get guinea fowl? Where in Kampala can I get? So we had to think again beyond, and we came up with a meat store in Kampala, where people in Kampala can have our meats, can have the meats from. That is in much in the opposite shell. There is a meat store. So we are having all these meats. We are having the guinea fowl, the duck, the turkey, rabbit, chicken, and goat meat.
Wow.
Yes. So this is how. That's why I told it has been step by step.
Yes, it has been gradual. You guys are creative, you know. Who gets to think up of this? Is it when you get to work and see other farms, yes, and see what is happening elsewhere? Is that when it hits you and you're like, let me also try this?
Not really, actually, because the things we do, we are still unique. Maybe when people copy up. Because what we do, it's only Emlinza that does it for now.
So just give us a little bit about, let us now expound, okay? Because I want to find out, first you started with the goats, then you needed something that can bring in at least some more money as regularly as possible. So as you were moving around, you settled on the chicken, you settled on the different varieties that were there.
Yes.
And then later on, something else came up, and then that's when you started also the meat testing of what was actually there, which made common sense, right?
You know, people think that when you are thinking of value addition, you have to think of processing, you have to think of something big. Actually, I was in a WhatsApp group, I think it is a GOTA WhatsApp group. I was telling them, do you know that you can add value with fire? Everyone will tell you, that's when, because in mind I had the meat testing bit about it. So I was like, let me prove these people that also adding a value with cooking. Other farm now, but you go over to jisale to jifumbo jirie, and that's what people enjoy.
That's what people enjoy. This is wonderful. You know, I think we, as Ugandans, as women, as Ugandans, we have to continue. We have to develop a habit of being thinkers, being creative. You know, I keep saying, and I'm very, very averse, I really don't like the idea of complete copy and paste 100%. I dislike it, because when you do so, and I see it often, yes, I see it so many times, because when you do just copy and paste, you fail to understand that you have to bring your own uniqueness to the service. You understand what I'm saying? They fail to understand that you have to bring your uniqueness. You as Carol, you as Doreen, you as Susan, you as Robina, what else are you bringing to this particular service?
And also, the environment we live in can help you to be innovative.
How?
My age mates, I know what we want, because I be with them. And when I entered farming, actually I entered farming when I was even a bit younger than now, because it is almost 5 years back. When I entered, everyone was like, "Hey, go for some mulimi." Mulimi.
Yes.
Right? Now everyone calls me CEO. And because I know what they want, that even me, what I would want when I go to a place,
that's what you put there.
It's what I put there. That maybe what the tugenda kuiga or kulunda, I know people have been having the farm tours, but basically it has always been studying. You are getting about chicken, and that is it. Then from there I was like, to interest these young people into farming, we cannot do it formal. Like me, I thought like, how can someone interest me in a place? Just like where we are. you have to tell me something, having a vibe to interest me to come here.
Yeah.
So I had to think about how to introduce these people to come to the farm. That's when we introduce these things you're seeing, the meat testing. Amatunga bagala okulya ebiwoma.
Yes.
Every unique, every so we're like, hey, some people book. They book the wanting to come and eat, but when you come, let us first do a tour around. I know you'll pick 1 or 2 things from us.
Yeah.
Yes, was there kulya mero twajifumbye judde bulungi, but I know
still
we are going to tour and you admire 1 or 2 things from us. So from there you never know. Ujagamba, when I visited them Linza, I saw they did this. I think I can do it. Yeah. Even when you have come to just eat. So we know how to bring out our people
but
there.
Let me first ask you about secretary, like, did they, you know, muluzi, muwat, mulimi, all this?
Hey.
How?
No, obulunzi, no bulimi, everyone, people have been taking it for granted. For the poor, for the people who have failed, for like people have been taking farmers for granted.
It's not something.
It's now
for
that people are
serious.
seeing farmers that are slaying, farmers are having makeup, they're having nails, you know. But before I think, even the magazine, actually one time I called at the ministry.
Yes.
They are printing out
project
magazines having people not having teeth, not you guys, we are having beautiful farmers around, you know.
Please just talk to them and show them.
You portraying farmers as
and you know, these are things this is something I never really thought about, because every time they think of farming, and this is the changing face of farming, the changing face of agrotourism. Yes, every time they actually capture farming, it is a woman carrying with the hair, you know, carrying potatoes or something.
The hair is upside down.
Yes,
you are having Carol having hair done well, having very good. Why are we still portraying with that?
Please talk to them. Talk to the women who love to slay but also want to make money from farming. Tell them it's possible to have long
I've got
nails.
so many friends, especially the celebrities. When they come to our farm, they're like, hey, so farm that's what I want. I know when you come into farming, you get into your senses. Me, my thing is to introduce you to farming. So when you come at our farm and you're seeing the vibe and you think, hey, that means I can also make a farm, call my friends. Some people take it as a hobby. But I know when they enter into the real business, that's why like, so, but when they come and say like, okay, that means I can have the vibe and everything. That's what I want.
I want you to talk to the woman out there. I think we have such a growing number of young girls, right? Young women getting into farming. But you also have the others who, that's why I asked intentionally, did they laugh at you? Yes? You also have the other ones who really want to have nicely manicured fingers, yes, fingernails, but are wondering, how will I make it work? I just want you to look into that camera and stress that they can balance all this and be able to have something and something on the side.
Actually, right now,
in fact, show them your nails.
right now, whom you call slay queens, whom you call the king and the queens of the city, are in Zimbabwe at the farm enjoying. Are in Zimbabwe at the farm enjoying. I don't know if you're going to be with us with the other people. You would have seen how it is. So it is something different. You can make a difference. You can be who you are. Techikuja kukuba nti oli farmer, you cannot go anywhere you want. You cannot do what you want. You can still be what you are. Farming is like any other occupation. Obo oli mu boutique, obo oli in what? Just take it the same. Because ate ojeno atengo oliera but you won't get, again, if you don't take business serious, you won't get what you want. Correct. You continue seeing that awatu kama farming ekola fenga bitu sala because you're not taking it as a business. As a business. Yes.
What do you mean? As a business.
You know, people when they make farms, they tend to be telephone farmers. Like yazade okay kale. Yakozeti okay kale. But yet at what you call work, you are there every day, almost every day, or not more than 2 days or 3 days. What you call work. But again, you're having a farm as a business, but you're not appearing there. A month, 2 weeks, a week.
So are you saying that any person who, because I know others who basically have their corporates, they have 8 to 5 jobs, okay? 8 o'clock up to 5 o'clock. But they also want to do something on the side. And they're also looking for managers whom they pay. So you want to say those ones won't work very well?
Okay, DIT is helping us produce some people who are really enough to manage our farms. Actually, I thank them. But what I always tell people, farming is like a second wife. You know what it means?
Yes.
To men, I always tell them, do you know having a second wife, the katijo, the care, the everything,
Yes.
it is the same thing. Just know you are marrying someone else whom you have to be checking up
younger
on,
one.
a young one, and you did a bit here. So you have to be checking up on them. You have to be like knowing what is going on. You want to see them every time and then. This is farming for you. If you are having another job, just know you are marrying someone else.
This has nothing to do with first wives, people. This has nothing to do with it. So yes, this is just something I think to drive the point home.
Okay, let us take us to the Muslim part
to
of
drive,
it.
but it's still important, I think, to talk about these things, Carol, because I have many people that I've spoken to, especially within the corporate world, and they've lost money.
Yeah.
They've lost quite a lot of money. Those telephone things, You're a telephone farmer.
I always compare that to having your job, and you're having a shipment coming in, and you just stand and sit. That is the same thing.
You should be there.
You should be there.
You should be there.
You should balance. Oh, of course, you work up to maybe Friday. Let Saturday and Sunday, let you be there.
Actually, I have one. Let's even talk about it, right? Because yes, they work from Monday to Friday. I remember one who said that whenever it is time for harvesting, she's into the crop farming, tomatoes. I think she has some maize as well. But she was telling me in the last harvest for the tomatoes recently, I think it was last month, and she was like, at any one time, whenever they're going to harvest, she has to be there. Yes. Whenever they're going to harvest, she has to be.
You can't send
there.
someone to bring for you money, to bring for you your money. Yet as a girl, you have to be there. You have to be there.
You're hearing this, Please take this advice.
Actually, your presence makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Your presence makes a lot of sense.
What about in those instances? Let's even talk about it. What about in those instances where, because another will tell you, you know what, I need the money to inject the site, so I need to work, right? I need to keep my job. I can't be there full time. But I have tried to hire people from my village, from what that I know. Yes, they let me down a couple of times, but I am hoping that something will work out. And yet I have made losses. I made losses the first season. I made losses the second season. I keep injecting, hoping that something will come out. I am here over the weekends. Yes, I try to be here as much as possible, but things are not working out.
Okay,
What?
to the corporates up there. I know you are, for this you're going to also behave like corporates. I know you cannot be at the farm 24/7.
Yeah.
We are having cameras, solar cameras right now that can give you feed 24/7 on your phone.
Yes.
Set rules and regulations for your farm. Omanyize nkola, everyone, I give them a role. If you're working Mukoko, you're working there. If you're working the goats, you're working the
So
goats.
that you're accountable.
Yes. So I be seeing you here not taking my goats. By the time you're supposed to take. So actually those cameras, you can't even talk to them. You're like, Sebo, why aren't you taking my goats? You know? So besides the camera, because they are solar cameras, there's no time they're going to be off. And that's what most of the farmers are doing, because there are farmers having actually more than one farm, and they're supposed to supervise them. So these days, at least Abazungu Batu Yambe, we're having cameras that you can actually see what is going on
Even
at
if you're
the
not
farm
there.
when you're not at the farm, and you can supervise it
Yes.
on your phone. Like, or and when they get to know that you are seeing them, they'll actually do what they're supposed to do.
You people, Kara is giving you tips, women. Kara is giving you tips. She's into this thing. I haven't had anyone come up actually and tell us about this, apart from someone on the side. But this is good that you are here. Let's take a short break. We are talking about agro tourism. We are talking about that, and we are still getting from Carol how she started and how everything got together. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back after this message.